Hello again and welcome to another episode of I Want to Talk About This Album. And today I'm going to talk about Motorhead 1916, which is to me the last classic Motorhead album. They had some good ones. I would even say some very good ones, some great songs after that. But for me, this is the last sound that truly captured the classic spirit and sound of Motorhead. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But before I get to the actual album and the track by track, a couple of interesting things about this record. Some might say fun facts because people like alliteration. I don't like alliteration, and I will never say fun facts, but I will tell you a couple of interesting things about this album. One, the actual record, the cover was kind of done by, not the actual design, but this actual cover was from friend of the show, Mr. Rust from Rusty Eye, who was on the show a week or two ago. He was, I guess, friends with Lemmy, or he was somehow friends with the Motorhead camp. And when they were going to reissue this on vinyl in, I don't know what year, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I don't know. I guess they needed they needed some good artwork for it. Now this is the original album cover, but he had, I don't know if it was from the, I'm not explaining this very well. This is from his scan, from his original record or CD. He scanned it and used it. So only noteworthy because he is a friend of the show, Mr. Rust. So this was his. The other interesting thing about this album, and I think a lot of people don't know this, despite the title 1916, it was not released in 1916. It was actually released in 1991. So don't be confused. Don't let the album title throw you off. It's from 1991. So I'm going to talk about this today, and as I said, yeah, for me it's the last classic Motorhead album. Bastards is excellent, or at least very good. We Are Motorhead had some great songs on it, but for me this one really, I love every song on this except one. There's one that I really don't like. I would even say I don't like it at all. Can you guess what that song is? You probably can. I didn't see Motorhead on this tour. I'd seen them. This was the follow-up to Rock and Roll, which came out in 1987, and they had kind of a period there. I think they were in negotiations, or maybe even in arguments or dispute with their record label, and I'm not sure what happened, but they released this in 1991. And I do have also, I sometimes throw in some bonuses. This is the CD. I had this on CD too, as all the Motorhead records I had on CD. There it is. If you want to see it in the small version, there it is. Same back. There's the back cover. What else can I say about this one? It is I don't like to do these Wikipedia style things where you talk about, the lineup and who produced and stuff like that. That's very boring. You can go read Wikipedia if you want this. But this was, it was the 4-piece, which only lasted for how many albums? There was Rock and Roll. It was Lemmy, Wurzel, Phil Campbell, and Wizzo, and Filthy. What a bunch of crazy names. Lemmy, Wurzel, Wizzo, and Filthy. They did Rock and Roll. What is this album called? 1916. What came after this? March or Die was the worst Motorhead album for sure. I think only two records they did with this lineup. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but there it is. Here's the original record, was on WTG Records, which was Sony Music, and let me see this record. This is on Epic Century Media, a division of Sony Music. So I'm not sure how that works, but there you go. Is that all? Do I not have anything more to say about this record? I think I don't, except to go through it track by track, which I will do now. Oh, and I forgot to open my knife, which I haven't done for a long time. I've remembered that for quite some time now. And there's the hype. I don't want to jab myself in the eye. There's the hype sticker. It says Motorhead 1916 back on vinyl for the first time in over a decade. All right. So let me do this thing here where I open it. Much to the chagrin of Mike Pratt. All right. Easy. And I still haven't talked about, and I will get to it at some point. I've been going through the Motorhead discography pretty good. I think this is about maybe the 6th, 7th, 8th I've done. What have I done? I've done Ace of Spades, Bomber, Overkill, first album, Rock and Roll, Another Perfect Day is 6, Inferno 7. Have I done any more? I think I've done those 7 for sure. Maybe I'm missing one. I still have not, if you're playing along, I still haven't mentioned my favorite Motorhead record. That's getting easier and easier to determine because there are not too many left. And also you should be able to determine it just because it's a fucking great album. Damien knows what it is, and I will talk about it at some point. It's right here. So here it is. I've got it open now. Let's see. And what is the booklet? I'm going to guess that the record sleeve is going to be the same as the booklet. The booklet had kind of some liner notes there. I guess written by, it says the band says. I assume it's Lemmy's words, but it says the band says, thanks to him, blah, blah, blah. It's got the lyrics, which I always love. And it's got some more liner notes, some thank yous from Lemmy and Wurzel and Wizzo and Filthy and Stinky and Crabby and Sneezy and Dopey and all the other people that played in Motorhead. So I guess the inner sleeve of the record is going to be the same. Let's take a look. And as far as I know, it's just regular black vinyl. Yeah, it has the same. The band says blah, blah, blah. And then the 4 of them give their thank yous. It's got the lyrics, quite big too, for older people who don't see very well. You don't need to really exercise your eyes too much on this. That's a nice surprise. See, nice big font in the lyrics. And the record, I think it is black. Yeah, it is. Epic. You want it all and you can't have it. So going through this track by track, the one to sing the blues. Don't know what I did to make you feel this way. I can't always say just what I want to say. This is a classic Motorhead opening song, or just a classic Motorhead song. It could have been anywhere on the album, and I think it would have sounded equally as good anywhere. Seems to me the good times ended way too soon. Way too soon. Seems like distant echoes in a faded room. Faded echoes in an empty room. Strangers in the night, strangers in the light. Seems like every word we say just makes us scratch and bite. It's got that great thunderous drum intro. And maybe I've talked about this before. I think Filthy Taylor, you could almost say is like Peter Criss in that maybe they're not the best. And I've said this before. I don't know. It's not our job or our I think it shouldn't be up to us as fans to determine who's the most talented. But, maybe Peter Criss is not the best drummer in the world, and maybe Filthy Taylor is not the best drummer in the world, but Peter Criss is for sure the best drummer for Kiss, and I think Filthy Taylor is for sure the best drummer for Motorhead. Mickey D is a great drummer, but to me, I thought he was a little bit too metal for Motorhead. But Filthy does have this great, very, very thunderous drum intro to the one to sing the blues. Next is I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Oh my God. Now this is maybe, possibly, my favorite Motorhead song in their entire catalog. There are a few others that, it's not official. I don't have a real list, but when if you just ask me, which I know you didn't, what are your favorite Motorhead songs? I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care really, really comes to mind. What else? I'll Be Your Sister. I don't know. We Are Motorhead. Also just Motorhead. But I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Maybe I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Maybe some of the best Lemmy lyrics, classic Lemmy lyrics. I Make Love to Mountain Lions is the opening song. I make love to mountain lions. I don't know why I'm singing like Lemmy or trying to sing like Lemmy. Sleep on red hot branding irons. When I walk, the roadway shakes. Bed's a mess of rattlesnakes. Voodoo child, black cat bone. Scratch your back and hear you moan. Get me up. War and Peace. Get me up, you'll go down, tall building, single bound. War and Peace, Peace and Love, saying if you dare. Iron Fist, Velvet Glove. And Iron Fist, he says Iron Fist. That's one of, I think, 3 callbacks to Motorhead song titles and album titles that are on this album. Iron Fist, he mentions Ace of Spades in Nightmare, the Dreamtime, which I'll get to in a few minutes. And Overkill, he mentions in another song. Black-hearted to the bone, older than the Rolling Stones. When I walk, the roadway shakes. Bed's a Mess of Rattlesnakes. Been to Heaven, Been to Hell, Bought the Farm and I Won't Sell. Give and Take, Rise and Fall, Rise Up and Take It All. Secret Love, I Won't Tell, Knock You Down and Ring Your Bell. Kiss the Whip, Eat the Gun, Tell Me It Ain't Fair. No, Tell Me It Ain't Fair, Midnight Victim, Hit and Run. I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. I Make the Blind to See, Shoot 'Em Full of R&B. I Make the Lame to Walk. Come Around to Pop Your Cork. Wham Bam, Thank You Ma'am. I Thought I Heard Your Backdoor Slam. Overkill, it's in this one. Overkill, Walk the Line. Kill the Lights, It's Lampshade Time. On the Road, On the Lam. People Running Scared. I'm Everything They Say I Am. I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. What a great, great song it is. And it's classic. It's got that great Motorhead, it's got the fast kind of opening riff, but it does have that kind of groove or swing that Motorhead has that I love. Lyrically, musically, I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. Oh, it's such a great song. And the next was No Voices in the Sky. This is great too. I think every song is great, pretty much on this one, except one, as I said. No Voices in the Sky also has a kind of a fast, again, a classic Motorhead riff. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, you all know what I mean. What's the point in a cry for help when no one hears your screams? No voices in the sky. And it's got kind of a melodic chorus, a little bit different from Motorhead, but very, very fast. Really just a great Motorhead song, No Voices in the Sky. Followed by the next one, Going to Brazil, one of the most fun Motorhead songs. This has it has piano. It's got that boogie woogie. They had Motorhead had another song later called Black Leather Jacket, I think in 95 or 96, around there. Also, this is like Motorhead rock and roll. This is the kind of Motorhead that I like. Motorhead has, I've got the really fast Motorhead style like Ace of Spades and Overkill, Bomber, the one to sing the blues, and then they've got the I didn't really like the heavy metal Motorhead, Inferno. Some of their later albums, I didn't really like that style. And then they have the real rock and roll songs, kind of the boogie woogie, just great. For me, those are the best Motorhead songs. And Going to Brazil is a classic example of that. Fast, up-tempo, but a fun song. Great lyrics. And there's a line in this one that you couldn't say now. It's the watching all the road crew attacking little girls, join the Mile High Club, running around the world. Running around the world. Yeah, watching all the road crew attacking little girls, join the Mile High Club, going around the world. Very fun lyrics about the rock and roll lifestyle, traveling around. Here we go again on a 747, looking at the clouds from the other side of heaven, smoking and drinking, never gonna stop. Reading magazines, stop me looking at the clock. Want to watch the movie, can't keep still. Flying down to Rio, going to Brazil. Watching all the road crew attacking little girls, join the Mile High Club, going around the world. All the booze is free, airline going broke. Here comes the lady with another Jack and Coke. Want to watch the movie, can't sit still. Flying down to Rio, going to Brazil. Now this next line, I could never ever remember it. I guess it's the name of all his road crew, of all their road crew. Steve, Clem, Hobbsy, John, Crazy Dylan, Pappy. Had to travel second class, they ain't too fucking happy. Elevator music, butter in my ears. Think we're gonna die, just the pilot changing gear. Want to watch the movie, can't sit still. Flying down to Rio, going to Brazil. Perfection. What an awesome song. Just when I said I'm So Bad, Babe, I Don't Care is my favorite song, maybe it's even Going to Brazil. It's fantastic. And there's at least 2 more songs on this record that are in my really top upper echelon of Motorhead songs. The next song is Nightmare / The Dreamtime. This is very different than the first 4 songs, which are fast and up-tempo. This is, I think, pretty much, whether it was an attempt, a conscious attempt or not, it seems to me that it's a pretty obvious kind of like an ode to, or maybe a follow-up to Orgasmatron, the title track Orgasmatron, from the album of the same name. It's really just bass. This is a very stark, and I love the song too. It's got that kind of a creepy feel to it. It's not quite spoken word, but there's just bass. There is a guitar solo in it. There's drums, but I think they're kind of just scattered throughout and kind of buried in there. A lot of keyboards just to give it some atmosphere. I know Orgasmatron had drums and guitar and everything, but I think just lyrically and vocally, Nightmare / The Dreamtime reminds me of Orgasmatron, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. that I guess on the record, that is now the last song on side one. Flipping it over to side two is Love Me Forever. This is the one. I don't like this song. I don't think this song is very good at all. It's I don't want to hear Motorhead do this kind of song. It's not quite a ballad. It's definitely not a rocker. It's not really heavy. It's kind of slow. For me, this song really goes nowhere. Love Me Forever, don't really care about this one. And it's the only one on the album. Oh, now we're back to, again, a very top Motorhead song, Angel City, and great lyrics, just like I'm So Bad, Baby, I Don't Care. And again, it's got that rock and roll vibe. It's got piano. It has horns in it. I think towards the end of the song, there's some horns in it. It's very happy sounding, very rock and roll. I want to grow my hair, live in Bel Air, lose my head, keep a live snake in my bed. I want a backstage pass, drink Bon Jovi's booze for free. I want to be a star and buy 100 guitars, eat everything I can bite. I want to feel a little danger, feel a little stranger, Angel City tonight. I got a bunch of boys, we make a lot of noise, a little bit crazy, playing with chemical toys. We're such badass dudes, almost can't stand it myself. I want to get the crabs in my elegant rags, make my mom and daddy uptight. I want to be an intellectual, heterosexual, Angel City tonight. I'm going to live in LA, drinking all day, lay by the pool and let the record company pay. Talking to the devil on the bat phone. Yeah, talking to the devil on the bat phone all the time. I'm going to, classic Lemmy lyrics here. I'm going to kick ass. I'm going to spit broken glass. I'm going to shoot out all of your lights. I want to eat dirt. I'm going to eat my own shirt. Let me read that again. Talking to the devil on the bat phone all the time. I'm going to kick ass. I'm going to spit broken glass. I'm going to shoot out all of your lights. I want to eat dirt. I'm going to eat my own shirt. Angel City tonight. Oh my God. That is Motorhead at its finest. Another contender for very top Motorhead songs. It's hard to even pick a favorite from this album because they're so good. Next is Make My Day. This is the classic in the sense. It's just a fast, straight ahead, plowing in your face, aggressive, though not heavy Motorhead song. Make My Day. Stay Mean, Stay Clean. Another callback to Stay Clean from Overkill. Second song. Stay Clean is the second song from Overkill. That's a good one too. The next one is Ramones, or maybe this one is actually called R-A-M-O-N-E-S. R-A-M-O-N-E-S, Ramones. And I hate Ramones, but I love R-A-M-O-N-E-S by Ramones. I forgot about this one. This could be a favorite too. Although they redid this for, I don't know if it was Motorizer or Kiss of Death or one of those 2000-ish albums, the mid or late 2000 albums. They redid it, which I actually like that version much better. I know, to me, it just has more energy. It has, I just like it a little bit better, but this version is great too. And it is an ode to the Ramones. It's New York City, NYC, pretty mean when it wants to be, black leather, knee-hole pants, can't play no high school dance, fuzz tone, hear him go, hear him on the radio, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, oh, Misfits, Twilight Zones, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, and you know how to spell the fucking name of the group. Bad Boy Rock, Bad Boy Roll, Gabba Gabba See Them Go, CJ Hit the Gas, Here Marky Kicked Some Ass, Go Johnny Go Go Go, Go Tommy Oh Way Oh, Misfits, Twilight Zone, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, Bad Boys Then, Bad Boys Now, Good Buddies, Mau Mau Mau, Keep It Up, Rock and Roll, Good Music, Save Your Soul, Dee Dee, He Left Home, Joey Called Me on the Phone, Misfits, Twilight Zone, R-A-M-O-N-E-S, R-A-M-O-N-E-S. I love that song, and it kind of makes me wish that I were into the Ramones, but I think the Ramones suck. I think their songs were great. When bands have done Ramones covers, I've always loved them way, way better than the originals. I want to like the Ramones, but I don't. But this song is amazing. Next is Shut You Down, which to me is kind of like a companion piece to Make My Day. Classic Motorhead, just really, really fast, in your face, short. I think this song is probably 2.5 minutes maybe. Make My Day is pretty short too. And then the last song is 1916. What a song this is. This is not one of my favorite Motorhead songs, but it is probably the most unique, especially at this time, and even now, the most unique song in the Motorhead catalog. It's just I guess like an organ and Lemmy, not quite similar to Nightmare the Dreamtime. It's not really spoken word, but it is. He's not really singing. There's just one kick drum, just kind of keeping time and kind of like a marching beat. But there's no guitars. And I remember when I heard this song, I was shocked, and I don't know if I called my friend Pete right away, like to say, "Holy shit, you should hear this song," or at some point the next time I talked to him, I told him. But I do remember telling somebody about this song, saying, because he hated Motorhead. I said, "You're not going to believe this song, 1916. It's about a guy who I guess who went to war in 1916. So it was obviously the Vietnam War, and he's talking about what it's like to be a soldier." Lemmy. Great song. Very emotional song for Motorhead. Especially the last verse. I heard my friends cry, and he sank to his knees, coughing blood as he screamed for his mother. And I fell by his side, and that's how we died, clinging like kids to each other. And I lay in the mud and the guts and the blood, and I wept as his body grew colder. And I called for my mother, but she never came. Though it wasn't my fault, then I wasn't to blame. The day not half over and 10,000 slain, and now there's nobody remembers our name. And that's how it is for a soldier. A great way to end the album. It's an excellent song. So there it is, Motorhead 1916. Amazing record. Maybe even better than I remembered. I've always liked it. But, talking about it now and listening to it the last couple of days, I'd kind of forgotten how good it was. So much better than really everything that came after it. And even in some cases, better than some things that came before it, which was the golden era of Motorhead. So there it is. Stay tuned for more Motorhead, including what Damien knows is my favorite album. And until then, this is Motorhead 1916, or to make it a little bit easier, this one is 1916.